Death Valley. The name alone conjures images of a barren, lifeless wasteland, a place of extreme heat and unbearable hardship. It's a place that 19th century pioneers, lost and desperate, famously called the hottest, driest, and lowest spot in North America. But what if I told you that name is a complete misnomer? That for centuries, this valley wasn't a place of death, but a place of life, a homeland? This is the story of the Timbisha Shoshone tribe, the people who have called this valley home for over 1,000 years and know its true name. Timbisha, meaning rock paint, named for the rich red ochre found here. The pioneers saw an empty desert. The Timbisha saw a pantry, a pharmacy, and a home full of life. Their secret? An incredible, encyclopedic knowledge of the land, passed down through countless generations. This wasn't just survival. It was a masterclass in living in harmony with one of the world's most extreme environments. While outsiders struggled, the Timbisha thrived, their culture deeply woven into the very fabric of the valley's mountains and springs. So how did they do it? Let's start with the most crucial element, water. In a place where rain is a rarity, the Timbisha knew the location of every hidden spring and seasonal creek. They didn't just find water, they managed it. They understood the subtle signs of the desert, the flight path of a bird, the type of vegetation on a slope, all clues leading to precious sources of life. These springs weren't just watering holes. They were the heart of their communities, sacred places that sustained not only their bodies but their spirits. They developed a seasonal migration, a brilliant strategy that followed the resources. During the scorching summer months, when the valley floor could reach unbearable temperatures, they would ascend into the cooler, higher elevations of the Panamint Mountains. Here, they found relief from the heat and a whole new set of resources. They hunted bighorn sheep and gathered pine nuts from the pinyon pines, a staple food that was both nutritious and easy to store for the leaner months ahead. Their shelters in the mountains were often simple but effective, built from readily available materials like willow branches and brush, providing shade and ventilation. As autumn cooled the valley, they would descend back to the valley floor. This was the time for another crucial harvest, mesquite beans. The mesquite tree is a true desert survivor, its deep roots tapping into underground water sources. For the Timbisha, it was a tree of life. They would grind the sweet, protein-rich mesquite pods into a flour, which could be made into cakes or mixed with water to create a nutritious drink. This flour was a vital food source that could last them through the winter. Their homes on the valley floor, called wano, were marvels of natural architecture. These semi-subterranean, cone-shaped structures were built by digging a shallow pit and then erecting a framework of willow or mesquite branches. This frame was then covered with layers of brush and earth. This design was ingenious. Being partially underground, the homes stayed naturally cool during the day and retained warmth during the cold desert nights. A small opening at the top allowed smoke from their fires to escape while letting in a sliver of light. They were perfectly adapted to the climate, using only what the land provided. The Timbisha's knowledge extended to every plant and animal in the valley. They knew which plants could be eaten, which could be used for medicine, and which could be woven into baskets, clothing, and tools. The desert wasn't empty, it was a garden. They gathered pickleweed, desert holly, and the fruit of various cacti. Their basketry, in particular, is an art form. Using materials like willow and devil's claw, Timbisha women would weave incredibly intricate and durable baskets used for everything from carrying water to cooking food. They could even boil water in these baskets by dropping in hot stones. This way of life continued for centuries, a testament to their resilience and deep connection to Timbisha. But the arrival of outsiders in the 19th century brought devastating changes. The gold rush brought miners who depleted water sources and destroyed vital habitats. Then, in 1933, Death Valley was declared a national monument, and the Timbisha faced a new threat: eviction from their ancestral lands. For decades, they were a people without a recognized home in their own homeland, pushed to the margins. But the Timbisha never gave up. They fought tirelessly to have their rights and their history recognized. Their deep, irrefutable connection to the land was their greatest strength. Elders shared the old stories, the songs, and the knowledge of the land, keeping their culture alive against all odds. Their perseverance is a powerful story in itself. Finally, In the year 2000, after a long and difficult struggle, their efforts paid off. The Timbisha Shoshone Homeland Act was passed, granting the tribe formal recognition and returning over 7,500 acres of their ancestral lands to them. It was a historic victory, a recognition that this valley was never a valley of death, but the enduring home of a people who understood its true heart. Today, the Timbisha Shoshone tribe continues to live in Death Valley. They are working to restore the land, revive their language, and pass on their traditional knowledge to the younger generations. Their story is a powerful reminder that what one person sees as a desolate wasteland, another sees as a bountiful home. It challenges us to look beyond first impressions and to respect the deep, ancient wisdom of the people who have long cared for our planet's most extraordinary places. The spirit of Timbisha and the people who call it home lives on. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the incredible connections between people and place. See you next time.